Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Routledge History of Literature in English, part 42. So let's dive in the world of literature. Today we will be covering late Victorian novels, and when you will see the book, it starts with the lines of Oscar Wilde's work preface to the picture of Dorian Gray. The lines are: the 19th century dislike of realism is the rage of Caliban seeing his own face in a glass. Let's start with Elizabeth Gaskell. The subgenre can be seen to acquire force and commitment in the works of Mrs. Elizabeth Gaskell. Mrs. Gaskell took inspiration from Carlyle and Engels and their observations on working class life of the work Mary Barton, written in 1848. Then she also wrote Cranford in 1853. A village story not far removed from Jane Austen was for many years her best remembered work. Then she also wrote North and South in 1855, with its contrast between the rural South and the industrial North, is a valuable companion piece to the bleaker Hard Times published in the previous year. George Eliot's Felix Holt, the Radical, published in 1866, is perhaps the most complex of all the industrial novels, bringing together the inheritance plot, social change, and political ideas in an optimistic but deeply serious, tragic comic creation. The heroine of North and South, Margaret Hale, acts as a sensitive and intelligent counterpoint to both the snobbery and lack of direction of the southern gentry and the energy and lack of gentility of the manufacturing North. Later in the century, social awareness and realism in the novel go hand in hand, as Oscar Wilde was to put it in his preface to the picture of Dorian Gray, published in 1891. The 19th century dislike of realism is the rage of Caliban seeing his own face in a glass, like Shakespeare's half man, half beast, Caliban in The Tempest. The Victorians did not necessarily want to see reality in the novels they read. Like Dickens' character, Mr. Podsnap, they wanted to put it behind them, for it offended them. Another novelist critical of the basis of Victorian society was Samuel Butler. His The Way of All Flesh, published in 1903, marks a shift in attitude. Butler openly satirizes major Victorian idols such as family life and Victorian fathers as the moral center of society. His novel Vaughan, published in 1872, and when you will read it backwards, you will found nowhere almost, presents a utopian society which is used to satirize Victorian concepts of duty and religion, like William Morris's News from Nowhere, written around 1890 to 1891, and later Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, published in 1932, the form of a utopian novel dating back to Sir Thomas More's Utopia in 1516, is used with a satirical aim. George Gissing's novels From Workers in the Dawn in 1880 and The Unclassed in 1884 to The Netherworld in 1889 and New Grub Street in 1891 show a concern and sympathy for the deprived which is not far removed from Dickens. Gissing was a naturalist writer in that he described everyday life in great detail. Gissing's naturalism was partly based on the writings of the French novelist Émile Zola, born in 1840 and died in 1902. In places, however, he shows a greater degree of sentiment and social concern. If you have any doubts or query, you can ask me in the comment section below, or you can even message me in the social media IDs that are given below in the description box. And do share the video to all those who wants to be the part of this literary journey. And don't forget to revise. So that's all for today's video. Thank you and signing out.